right, so last time we did a video with the LMTV project, we were at Yeti's place in Iowa, and the conditions, the weather was quite a bit different, and the truck was quite a bit different. It was a little colder, huh, JD?
Yeah, it was freezing.
We were working outside in the snow. Yeti did a fantastic job of getting the foundation of this truck all sorted, everything from balancing drive lines to getting motor prepped and ready to go, and then getting the lift gate. Like, the whole truck just wouldn't work without that lift gate, and I know that wasn't like, you can't just go to lift gate RS and go get that put on, so that took a lot of work. Then we lowboyed it out, I don't know, early fall to California. We started chipping away at it. Spent a couple weeks at JD's house where he built a lot of the stuff. Why don't you tell us about the stuff you did, JD?
I did like toolboxes. We got like a refrigerator, 12-volt fridge on one side. We got a welder and a generator on the other side. Roof racks, side ladders, parts of shower stuff. Added windows, yeah, and then did some checker paint job on it.
Then we brought it to our tree fort shop and started chipping away, doing little things that actually, there's no such thing as a little thing on this truck. You want to add one small thing and it's a big ordeal. Like, the cab's got to go forward. That means you got to empty the cab so you don't put your thermos through the windshield. Like, you're going to run wire to do, a backup camera, right? That's 40 feet of wire. Just everything about it takes effort.
My knees hurt from climbing ladder.
Yeah, you're constantly on the scaffold or on the ladder. Rouser, you want to talk about the stuff that you did, because you were really on a push before EDR.
Yeah.
You put a good solid couple weeks into this thing.
Yeah, I parachuted in and a day rest, and then immediately on to work. Bill had a punch list for me to get stuff done. A lot of it was electrical, a couple of deep cycle 12-volt batteries, because this truck runs off a 24-volt, but it also has, the alternator puts out dual 12 and 24. So we're able to wire in a separate 12-volt system for all of our accessories, like the fridge and whatnot. Did some other stuff. We made a little cool box on the dash that is this like a central command for our lights and our rear view camera. Those kind of necessities that already are not on the truck. We put a gnarly Wheelin' air horn and PA. Love that thing. How about
yeah, it's great. It finally fits the truck, because the one it came from the factory was super wimpy.
Yeah, like beep beep.
And we got a PA so we can
Yeah, we can yell at people and stuff. So.
What else? And we built that little 12-volt ammo can.
That's right.
Together.
Right.
That was like where the Blue Seas fuse box goes.
Bunch of USBs. So
bunch of USBs so everybody can charge.
Yep.
Cool. Yeah, no, I mean, I think, we all sat down and kind of talked about it, all of us collectively, and our other friends that we work with and ride with, and talked about what this rig's mission was. And I think Yeti going on the EDR and then Tranquilo for the next 5 days really showed that mission. So now it's in your brain. Now you know exactly what we're doing. We're going to put a bunch of gas in it, a bunch of gear in it. We didn't build the box out into van life camper with a bunch of tile and fancy stuff and slide outs, because it's just not the use that we're looking for. That was another thing, the bunks that JD made, super modular, and they work as cargo bars, so that Josh and I have taken it to a swap meet and then slept on 2 bunks, but then stocked up the rest of it with just inventory to sell. And then 2 weeks later we're taking it to Mexico, and then
got some kayaks up in there.
And then Nick felt like crap, and you were crap in your pants, and gave you guys somewhere to rest in the middle of the day where you could get some shade. The awning, you mounted the awning,
right.
Then I redid some of the mounts and made the poles, and
this has so many, like, you used to have all this other gear in this rig, so there's all these like little pocket doors that go all the way through, so like the awning poles and everything are right there. You just it's so, I like all that little stuff is cool
for sure. And like day 3 we were kind of figuring out like where everything is, and it just made sense, and Josh did a really good job of being kind of the load master back there and making sure stuff got put away without it getting all ratty.
And we pretty much used every feature that we have so far on this trip, have we not?
We did some
welded.
We used the gypsy rack. I slept on the roof.
The air on here.
We used the air to air up frick. We used it to air up bar tires.
And dust off.
And dust off clutches for changing belts. We used the shade every opportunity. Just the sheer size creates shade in the heat that we were riding in. It was awesome to have that thing pull up and you just feel the temp drop when you got some shade. Well, what did you think, Yeti, since you just spent the most time in it? I think now at this point you've probably driven it farther than any of us. We had one little trip to Ridgecrest before this, and then some small local stuff. But now you just put, what, 7-8 days in a row on it? And so what's your impression? What's it drive like?
I mean, basically, it's a 18,000 pound chopper, so it's completely, like riding something like that, but just a beast of a rig. And to be honest with you, you have to earn it, just like you guys. I didn't feel left out on those roads and all those crazy little situations. It's just, instead of winding through the mountains, I'm just trying to keep it between the lines.
Yeah, that's a lot of weight. That's a lot of inertia on that rumor
rolling mass. But to be honest with you, I loved it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't trade that ride in for the world.
Yeah,
it was epic.
I don't think we can declare victory yet until we get this thing tucked in bed at the tree fort. But knock on wood, so far it's done really well. It's pissing a little bit of oil, and there's some upgrades we need to do in the future, maintenance-wise and that kind of stuff. But I think all the surprises we got were pleasant ones.
Good learning session.
Good learning session.
Yep.
We're better at using it now. We know how to deploy it. We know what works and what doesn't. And it might have seemed like a really ridiculous idea 2 years ago when we started talking about this, Yeti, right? It's like, you want to do what? Why do you want to do this,
I was like, yep, we're doing it.
Yeah. But man, riding old bikes, I mean, my pan's going about low 60s. We'd stop about every hour and you're like 10 minutes behind, which is right where you want a chase truck full of food and beer and gas and tools and parts. It's perfect. We never really sat around waiting for you. So I think it was sort of proof of concept, and I think we pulled it off, and now we just got to fine tune it and take it sort of to the next level and get it ready for Alaska.
Make it tight and right.
Yeah.
Yeehaw.
Yep.